Hey, it's Jason from Fraser Valley Rose Farm. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know that a part of my business and part of my content for this channel is taking cuttings of roses and other perennials. Well, this is the time of year to do it. Big, beautiful blooms on lots of plants out there, meaning they're in active growth and in the perfect stage for taking cuttings. In fact, I'm spoiled for choice out there. There's so many plants in bloom. What I'm not spoiled for is growing space. I do a lot of these cuttings and root them indoors under lights for better controlled conditions, and if I show you the table here, you're going to see it is chock full of that flat surface that I use for my domes. So I thought I'd try something different. Spider Farmer has sent me this indoor plant stand that is multi-tiered, and it takes care of enclosing the plants with its own humidity dome. So I want to try that out and see if it's useful for taking cuttings. Follow me along as I put it together and see how it does. So I'm not really big on unboxing and installation videos, but I thought I'd get you enough footage just to show you a few things. One, that it's packaged well, all the parts were there, the instructions were good, and it went together reasonably smoothly. It took me about 2 hours in total. That's basically the assembly of what is a baker's rack in the center, the putting on of all the shelves, the lighting, and putting around the cover on the outside. Also, you could put it on wheels if you wanted to. What I like about it is everything was adjustable. So all those shelves, they can go whatever height you wanted to. You could do it with 3 or 4 shelves. I did it with 5 full shelves here because I wanted to get 10 trays on here. Each spot has 2 lights here, and again, if you used fewer shelves, you could put more lights on each shelf. But I'm not looking so much for intensity here. I'm looking for cuttings which don't take that high intensity of light. If you were doing something more light intensive like tomatoes or cannabis, you might want to double up on the lighting, but in this case it's perfect for my needs. Also, I like that it has the reflective surfaces on the inside, and it has these shelf panels that actually are waterproof, so if you wanted to do some watering in there you could, and they have drains on the front corner so you can actually water and then drain it out without messing up the lighting or the electronics inside. Alright, let's show you the considerations of where I'm going to put this and how much space it actually saves me. For a fair comparison, let's look at the new stand, which I have set up in this room now, versus my standard system here, which is my humidity domes. And if you've seen my videos, you know I've used these extensively. They fit a nursery tray underneath them comfortably, but the problem is, of course, that there's a limit to how much horizontal space I have here. And to fit 10 trays like I do in the new rack, if I'm measuring here, it gets out to about 8 feet, and to go too wide, it gets out to about 4 feet. Another thing you'll notice is that I have my light set up in the center here, and of course it shines far more on the trays that are directly underneath it than it does on the back edges. So there's a little bit of light unevenness. Next thing I'll say is that to get in and handle or mist or spray these things, basically you have to do it one by one. So I'll pull that off, I'll pull off the dead leaves, I'll check the plants out, I'll do a little bit of misting, but I have to do that if I'm going through this whole table. I have to do it every single time, whereas access is much easier in the new rack. Let me show you the setup there because I think you'll see some advantages straight away. So here's the new rack set up, and it has the 5 shelves top to bottom, each one with 2 trays on them, and they're built for that size, 2 nursery trays end to end. So what you have is you have 10 here fitting into a space that's 45 inches in one direction and about 16 inches in the other. Much less of a footprint, so much more scalable in the end. I probably will continue to use both systems until I have a clear advantage one way or the other, but this has some advantages in terms of that space, but also in terms of access, because it really just has this one clear cover you see here to keep that humidity in. I'll zip that in just a second here, but I can see inside of it unless I can pull a black cover as well. It has reflective foil on the insides of the other side so the light is not wasted, and the light is very even from what you can see there. But once I have that zipped, basically it's maintaining the humidity inside of this one rack, and it's doing it for the whole area. I will note that it has some room on the sides for ventilation. So if you actually wanted to hook up some venting in and out, let's say you were doing seedlings where maintaining humidity wasn't so much as maintaining air movement, then you have the room for the vents on the sides sense there. But for me, having to just maintain humidity in one dome or one section is great. And then when I want to open it up and check the plants or mist the plants, I can open it one time, check all of the trays, and then close it back up instead of going from tray to tray to tray in my other humidity dome system. So basically, space-wise, it's a win. In terms of light evenness, it's a win. It's just a really slick system. I love that they have these kind of mats on the bottom of each shelf, because I can go in there and I can do my misting, and when I do my misting, I don't have to worry about the drips of that getting into the electronics of the lights underneath. It's covered, so it's actually quite safe that way. Now, I've said that the lighting is even, but what I want to do now is I want to do a quick test and see if the intensity is about right. It's sort of a double check, because it would surprise me if Spider Farmer got the intensity very wrong. But let's have a quick look here and see what the readings are like. And I get right down where the canopy is, and it's sitting here at about a little under 200 at times of micromoles per meter squared per second. Now, for reference, a cutting or a seedling might be a little more comfortable if you're doing long days at an intensity of around 100 of these micromoles per meter, square meter per second, if you're doing, again, 16-hour days or something like that. So what I would say is it's perfectly capable of handling this intensity, but you might want to shorten the days a little bit. And so in my case, I'm going to start with a day length, in this case around, let's say 10 hours. That would give me somewhere around the daily light integral that I'm looking for young rose cuttings. All right, that's my whole video on this. What I can say about it so far is that it was easy to put together, seems like good quality. I like the concept and design, and it does definitely save the space. I tested the lighting and that looks all credible, so the next thing has to happen is I need to grow some with it. So my goal over the next couple of months is to get a lot of propagation on the go, both in my individual humidity domes and in this here, and then make a comparison. I will be following up just to let you know how it goes. Thanks so much.